Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. This is a pure 100% XRP video because attorney John Deaton, wow, he laid it down today in a 25 tweet thread with 32 some dates, starting from March 23rd, 2017, finishing up in December 22nd, 2020. That is the date that the SEC filed a suit against Ripple. This is a factual timeline proving, in my opinion, corruption, collusion, the greedy, dirty truth of the attack that has taken place against the company Ripple and the digital asset XRP. These are facts, and they are not in dispute. Attorney John Deaton was on Tony's Thinking Crypto channel today, and the number of participants has exceeded 38,000. And yes, Sam, don't worry, I will redo this graffiti style graphic card as soon as it hits 40,000. I want everyone to listen to the video in its entirety, but I've pulled out just a couple of clips. This is 1 minute and a portion of the 56 minutes total that they discussed the lawsuit and where the current developments stand. I think this is really important because people are finally getting to what this case is all about. It's much bigger than just XRP and Ripple. Have a listen to this.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the number of signatures is it over 35,000, 36,000. The number keeps growing every day.
Yeah, it's when I just earlier today I checked on it. It was like 38,600 some people have signed up. What's interesting now about this, and I didn't see this coming, but it makes perfect sense, is I'm obviously 99% are XRP holders. Right. But I'm seeing some people out of those 38,000. There's a few hundred now that are like, hey, I don't own XRP, and to be honest with you, they write it in the comments section, which you don't have to, but some people do. They're like, matter of fact, I can't stand Ripple, and I never owned XRP, and I never will, but I'm offended by what the SEC is doing, and I want to be part of this. And so that's extraordinary because it's people are finally getting what this case is about, and it's much bigger than XRP and Ripple. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So
it is extraordinary, and you can find that form if you want to be one of those counted in the participation, because XRP does have a voice in this case now. And well, you definitely want to watch this video in its entirety. I'm going to put a link to it in the description below. No doubt it is going to be the biggest finance story in history. And I think John Deaton is correct when he says that it deserves an independent investigation. When he filed this motion to intervene, there was just 12,500 that had filled out the form. So it is quite impressive that people are really starting to understand the importance. The case is currently in the expert witness phase, and the also extensions seem to be still in place for the depositions of Brad and Chris. The judge is still doing the in-camera review of documents to determine if any or all of what the SEC is trying to hide is truly privileged. The special 2013 document of the XRP analysis, I think that's what everybody wants to see. If it was analyzed as, yes, this is a security, then why did it take 7 years to bring it to a lawsuit? And it makes the, of course, fair notice defense even stronger. Now, if it was analyzed as being not a security, well, then that would also be massive, because this would be the evidence that that this lawsuit is completely wrong. The SEC in January 2019, remember also, there was somebody who went in to tell them, and we know it was an exchange, but we just don't know who that was. We think it is Coinbase, but it would be really nice to find out if it was them, because the SEC didn't stop Coinbase from listing in February 2019. So what John says is that this is a big victory for XRP holders. because the fact is the judge believes that the XRP holder's perspective is important for her to make the very best decision that she can make. I want to play this other portion for you and really let John tell you how important it is.
See there at the very, after unavailable at the very top, Tony, they, that's us, that's you and me, they will provide the court with a meaningful perspective and will help ensure complete and plenary presentation of the difficult issues so that the court may reach a proper decision. That's basically saying by this judge that she finds that we have a meaningful perspective that deserves to be heard. And she's going to make sure that she hears that perspective and that she considers that perspective. And that's just great language from a court. You know, she's not going to comment, hey, I think the XRP holders make a good case or anything like that, right? That's just not how a judge, an unbiased judge, they stay neutral right down the middle. But this is a great recognition of that we have standing to be heard. We deserve to be heard. And she needs to consider that. And then if you look at the last sentence of that first paragraph, the court views, you see that? She's citing a case where she says, the court views the amici briefs as desirable because they represent third parties whose particular interests may be affected by the court's ruling and whose particular interests are echoed in broader public interest. That's her citing a case that cites that language where she's recognizing that there's a huge public interest in this case, and she's going to allow, in her words, from the court's perspective, she's calling what we have to offer as desirable for her to hear, right? Now, she can always reject whatever I brief, right? Anything that I give to the court, if she finds it unreliable or if she finds it unpersuasive, she doesn't have to consider it, right? Or she can consider it and just give it no, weight or credibility. But this is the court really basically saying that we're going to assist the court. And she finally uses that language. The last thing I'd highlight is just above the conclusion on page 11. That second sentence of the second paragraph before conclusion. As such, movements shall be allowed to assist the court by briefing legal issues relevant to the case as approved in advance by the court. So she's recognizing us what amicus stands for, which stands for friends of the court, right? And this is a judge reaching out and saying that that not only should she hear what we have to say, but she needs to hear what we have to say for her to be comfortable in whatever decision she makes, because she wants to make the best decision she can. And if it's going to impact tens of thousands of individual XRP holders or the entire crypto market, she wants to hear what we have to say. And so outstanding. I mean, there's lots of things in there I like, where she smacked down the argument by the SEC that said that we're not neutral parties, right? I remember when they argued that, I tweeted out, you might want to review a little bit of the case law because, in abortion cases, Planned Parenthood writes amicus briefs. Right to Life writes amicus briefs. These are all people that have a particular bias, but the court always acknowledges, and potentially will consider what they have to say. So big victory for XRP holders. And I'm really excited and pleased about it because I think it was ultimately the right decision. Listen, we're all got our things, I got an ego and I'm competitive, and do I want to be in court, and do I want to call you live or call SpinDaBits live and do a presentation to the court and how SpinDaBits uses XRP to transport Bitcoin, right? But the Bitcoin's not a security, but the 0.00005 XRP that was burned to move the Bitcoin, that is the security. Like, I'd love to do that, but we'll get it in one way or the other. So ultimately, it was a great decision.
Yeah, ultimately a great decision. So XRP, the digital asset right now, is trading at $1.14. It has been pretty bullish throughout the day, but it is the whole market itself is a little bit on the soft side. The interesting thing about this is that we're starting to see a lot of coverage that are in non-crypto medias. This is payments.com. They wrote an article that despite the ongoing Ripple SEC woes, the price of XRP still is going up. The confidence is high, according to this article, that the legal issues will still be manageable. And I also think that there is a lot of confidence right now because we who have been watching the developments of this case, we can see that the SEC has stumbled and fumbled many a times. And Brian and Dino, they are friends, of course, of this channel. They are with Sentiment. They have been on the channel a few times. They looked at the on-chain metrics. This is the activity that is quite interesting about XRP. It broke that $1.08 resistance zone, which is very important, and also the social volume. Now, this is interesting because it's only seen a slight uptick. And what that means is that the price has been able to go up on confidence, not on hype. So it's not those channels who are out there calling for ridiculous price movements that are in ranges that are just really simply impossible based on what the current market cap of this whole entire cryptocurrency is. But, I'm not saying that it can't reach some amazing highs, but sometimes I see the price predictions out there that just really don't make any sense at all. And then the last one is the daily active addresses. This one is very important. It is up again, very similar to April when we saw that healthy uptick, but this is even more. This is probably an actual deployment of users onto the network. So keep that in mind that you might be hearing some announcement soon. All right, we are going to jump to the fluff, and the fluff is interesting today. There is something that's new happening in Japan. These are what's called social apartments. There have been 50 of them built so far. There's a brand new one that opened up in October in Tokyo, in the heart of the city. I mean, in between Shibuya and Shinjuku. You can get one bedroom units. Some of them come with a kitchen, not very many. Most of them are just one rooms, but they are designed with a very interesting social public space. And all of them are done very tastefully and very creatively, and all are unique. The rooms themselves, if you want to have an idea of what the prices are, if you're not in Tokyo, you can get rooms to start at about $350 a month. That's very small, only 12 meters square. That's about 122 square feet. The Tokyo addresses, the ones like in Meguro or Azabujuban, Takanawa, Ebisu, they're a little bit more expensive. They start at $700 to $800. That's the starting price. The rooms can even be smaller, down to like 9 meters square. But as of April 20th, of 2020, they have rented to some 7,500 people. And I read a lot of reviews, and for many people, they love it. Now, you have to understand that if you are working really hard and you've come from a rural area and you don't know anybody, this is a great place to get kind of your social fix, especially since so many people are doing telework. I can see how this might be very, very possible. The rooftop spaces with some of them look very, very nice, and there are even a few that come with a movie theater. But of course, there's always the details, right? This is one I think is really cool. This is their kitchen space. But the details are you need a guarantor. That would be somebody who is qualified to guarantee that your rent will come for 2 years. They have 2-year contracts. Then you have the key money in Japan. That's about $700. You have management fees that occur monthly. In Tokyo, they're about $80 a month. You have a security deposit of about $1,200. No parking. Don't even count on that. Sometimes not even parking for a bicycle. Or if there is bicycle parking, that is an additional charge. Many of the rooms don't have closets. That is very common here in Japan. And utilities are also on top of the rent. That's about $100 a month. So they are a little bit expensive, but actually the city of Tokyo is in regards to your cost of living for a home or renting is a little bit high. You can get by with a lot of things on the cheap and have a really high quality standard of life, but living in the city is very, very expensive. I think, though, I would love to be a fly on the wall and see some of these social areas in action. I don't doubt that this time in today's environment, this can be very, very good. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.